Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moments with Me, the show where I talk about my personal experiences, my life stories. All right, everyone, welcome back for another great episode. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk about the Chinese New Year, since as I'm recording this, it is the new year, the year of the horse. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it because I find it pretty interesting. And I think not only that, but I think it also kind of fits into the path that I'm trying to go down. But I wanted to say real quick that if you haven't gone and listened to it already, I have my Q&A episode, which was my birthday episode. So make sure that you go and listen to that episode if you haven't already. And with all that being said, let's get straight into it. So I originally found out about it because someone had mentioned it to me because I was talking about my journey with trying to rebuild and grow and everything. And one of the things that they had pointed out to me was that it's going to be the year of the horse, which is basically with being productive and being creative and all that good stuff. And that's exactly the type of stuff that I'm trying to do this year. So I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. And it's kind of aligns with what I want to do and kind of who I want to be. And what I didn't know is that last year apparently was the year of the snake. And funny enough, for anyone that doesn't know, I was born on the year of the snake in 2001. So I kind of thought about it and I was like, why is it that I was born on the year of the snake, but I felt like my year didn't go that well? You know, like it was this weird, like it felt like it was ironic. But then the more I thought about it, I think last year, because I had looked at it online here, and it was saying how a snake is wise, intuitive, and graceful. And even though it was a hard time with different things, different elements, I think I think in 2025, it opened up my eyes to a lot of things. It helped me grow. It helped me realize things about myself. I learned a lot of things about myself. I've kind of also realized that I wasn't always the perfect human being. And I know no one's perfect, but it made me realize that I had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of work to do to becoming the person that I want to be. And I think that last year, even though it was a hard time, I think it was kind of the perfect reset that I needed. It kind of gave me a chance to sit with my thoughts, take take a second to kind of be like, where am I at? Who am I? What do I want to do? And it was kind of the perfect, it was the perfect time to again reset. And I'm really hoping that because I've learned so much and because I feel like I'm a stronger person than I was, and I think that that can lead to me having an even better year this year with the year of the horse. So I'm pretty excited about it. Cause yeah, the year of the horse, which is this year, it's energetic, independent, and freedom loving, which is funny because that's pretty much my personality summed up. Even though I'm not born on the year of the horse, I I really feel like I try to be pretty energetic. I'm definitely independent, 100%, and I love the freedom, like really with being by myself, and and being able to do what I want to do. And I love that freedom. I love that I guess there's no other word for it, freedom of doing what I want to do. And yeah, it's great. And I went ahead and I kind of did a little bit of research because I was curious like what my what my year will look like, right? I didn't realize how accurate the Chinese New Year's zodiacs were, because it says here for 2025, which I was talking about, um, it's saying how I will face challenges, um, and despite the hurdles, it offers significant opportunities for growth and financial gain, which I did end up getting a new job. I mean, it's not great, but I did end up getting a new job, um and I think that oh yeah, and it says here too that I should take steps throughout the year uh to mitigate any negative effects while captivating on the positive opportunities, which I'll admit I didn't exactly do that. I think I was in a negative headspace that year, and as it says there, I did definitely face some challenges that were really hard. But for 2026, it's saying here that it feels like the curtain is finally lifting after a long rehearsal. Freed from obstacles of previous year, which is true, you step into the spotlight with sharper instincts and greater resilience. Man, like I'm telling you, this is exactly what I need. I need to finally come out, make some things happen, and I think that that's what this year is going to bring, and I'm really really excited about it. I'm finally going to get out of the funk that was last year, and hopefully make some things happen. Oh yeah, and it says with the horse's fiery energy fanning your natural wisdom, this is a cycle of momentum. The presence of the heavenly solution star signals smoother progress, where past difficulties can unravel into valuable breakthroughs and long awaited recognition. Like, I think everything that I was hoping to accomplish this year was pretty much summed up in that summary of the year that I'm going to have this year. Now, I don't know how it'll unfold. I don't know anything like that, but it's it's looking good. I'm really really excited about it. I'm very excited about it. And then I'm just curious because I'm gonna take a look, and I know I normally don't do this, but I kind of wanted to have my research with me with this because I'm not super familiar, so I don't want to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. So, I am on a website right now, so um, yeah, let's see for relationships. Let's see what that's looking like. The red phoenix star signals magnetic charm and genuine chances for romance. All right. Single snakes may encounter romantic sparks through social events, travel, or the introduction of friends with potential for lasting and meaningful partnerships, which I like what it's saying here because I do want to travel this year. So it would be really cool even to just meet some, like even if I meet someone while traveling would be cool. Um, yeah, then it says those are already attached, which I'm not, so that unfortunately doesn't apply to me. So 8 out of 10 for relationships is what it says. For career, it says 9 out of 10 with auspicious. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. Led from the heavenly solution star, snakes will discover that barriers suddenly feel less daunting, allowing them to rise in visibility and influence at work. Noble supporters may step into the guide or in to guide you at pivotal moments. While you'll shine in solving complex problems, real progress comes from embracing innovation. Snakes willing to experiment with new methods or approaches into challenging roles will find 2026 to be a true breakthrough year. And that's something that I need to do. I know I talk a lot about taking action and doing things. I need to start doing those things. And now that it's officially the year of the horse, I'm I'm going to try my best to take the action, to do those things because I have to. I can't I'm tired of saying that I'm going to do things and not do them. I'm tired of saying I'm going to try things and not do them. So I need to start being better about that. I need to start actually doing the things that I say I'm going to do. And like it said, if I try doing those things, if I try experimenting, I can have a great year. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to motivate myself to just make it happen. Let's do it. Let's do it. And for wealth, we got 8 out of 10. Financial prospects look promising as career successes translate into material gains, salary rises, bonuses, or future profits are highly likely, especially if you lean into innovation and networks built on your popularity. Avoid rushing into risky opportunities or being swayed by trends. By focusing on budget, saving, and rational growth, you could transform temporary gains into substantial wealth for the years ahead, which I don't expect to have like a big, you know, like shift in terms of wealth, but I do want to make a decent amount of money, and I have been saving up for quite a bit, so I'm going to try to keep that going, and that way I can invest in the things that I love doing and invest in traveling and all that good stuff. So, hopefully, hopefully I can keep that going. For health, it says 6 out of 10. So, not the best, but let's see. The presence of the sickness token star reminds to guard your well being. Stress, mood swings, or overwork can take their toll, and there is a need to watch out for minor injuries or accidents this year. Exercise extra caution when driving, exercising, or handling sharp objects. Pay attention to rest and nutrition and don't ignore early health signs. Timely care ensures smoother sailing in 2026, which yes, I definitely I definitely would agree with that. I well for the stress, mood swings and overworking, I need to be better with meditating and like kind of express like doing the gratitude stuff because I kind of started it and then I kind of stopped it. So I need to just start doing that stuff more, especially with like meditation because I think that'll help me with my mood swings and stressing out and all that stuff. So it's definitely something that I'm trying to be better about, really. Honestly, even with like eating better, I'm trying to be a little better about that. Even with eating better, I want to be a little better about that because as much as I love eating out, I can't be doing it as much as I do. I need to slow down and I need to enjoy meals at home as well. Um, but yeah. Um, and as for the um, caution with driving and I mean, I'm already pretty cautious with driving. Um, exercising. I don't know if I said this on. Oh, I did say this on the podcast. But I had injured my lower back at the very beginning of last year, and it was the rough start to last year that I hated. And unfortunately, that pain is it's not completely like it's better. It's not completely gone, but I'm trying like that's why I've tried to switch to the machines with exercising because I want to avoid the injury. But yeah, so I've kind of started doing that because I don't want to risk injury again, but I still want to stay consistent at the gym. So I'm gonna try to take care of myself because, well, I I don't want anything like that to happen, you know. Well, and it says with sharp objects, which I work in a deli, so I guess I just got to be cautious with what I do with there. I'm curious though. I'm gonna try to look because that was all for that website. Oh, all right. Here we go. Here's something interesting. Personality traits of snake signs. Snakes are sensitive, effective, and adaptable. Positive personality traits often complemented by considerable intelligence. They are usually amenable and even tempered, showing a cool and calm exterior punctuated, I think that's how you say it, by occasional bouts of perfectly timed energy and passion. Which, yeah, I think that I have my moments where I can be calm and stuff. I have my moments where I can be, maybe a little tempered or a little moody, but I think I can kind of go with anybody, to be honest. But yeah, they move elegantly through social sphere, armed with their wide range of interests and hobbies, which add to their intrigue and mystery. They're often artistic, which makes them tastemakers others look to for guidance. In daily life, snake people are easygoing and fascinating for their mystery, while also needing alone time to smooth their sensitivities. If they can learn to be vulnerable, Snake will find a new world opening to them, which I have been trying to do better about being vulnerable. I think that I kept a lot of things to myself and I kind of, said that a lot of things were okay when they weren't okay. And I'm trying to be better about that. I'm trying to open up more about that stuff. I'm really curious. Yeah. Snakes, strengths and weaknesses. So let's see strengths. Snakes are self respecting and steadfast. I think that's how you say that. Therefore, external voices won't shake their resolve. They're goal oriented, and while they don't often appear outwardly passionate, they're blessed with a keen intuition and ample inspiration, making them very creative. Hey, I am pretty creative. Anyway, indeed, Snake may well choose a career in art because they make connections between subjects. They also possess excellent taste, glide among the elite with elegance, and can remain calm in the most stressful situations, which I do, especially at work. A lot of people stress out about at work, and I usually remain pretty calm. What are my weaknesses? Because I need to know what my weaknesses are. Let's see if I agree with them. Um, Snakes are emotionally detached, which can at times manifest as coldness or selfishness. Others distrust them, as they may seem to be calculating and only concerned with their own welfare. And snakes distrust others in return. With their romantic partners, snakes may struggle to be vulnerable and will protect themselves or will try to protect themselves with their usual detachment, which spells romantic failure and will unfortunately reinforce snakes' distrust for others in the future. Unfortunately, that is pretty accurate. Unfortunately, a little too accurate. Yeah, I think I've had a lot of people hurt me and you know and like break my trust, and I think because of that I kind of like started trusting people a lot less, but I kind of need to, I guess, find that balance of trusting people and not trusting people. But like again, I think that this is all part of things that I need to improve on and do better about. And again, I feel like I've started being better about being like even being vulnerable. So I feel like I can not necessarily fix myself, but just be better about my weaknesses and like strive to be better. Well, I think overall this was a really interesting episode, to be honest. I actually learned a lot about myself like doing this research and reading these things. And maybe you guys found it interesting too. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I'm excited to make a change. And also, if you hear this random noise, the AC just turned on, so I'm so sorry in advance. But anyways, I can't wait to grow and like become the best human being that I can be, and I feel like I'm already on that path. So if anything, this year will just help give me that push that I need to get there. But with all that being said, this is all the time that I have for this episode. So if you liked it, please make sure you like and subscribe. Also, if you guys haven't seen my newest short film, My Date, it is out now on my Heinrich Films YouTube channel, so please go subscribe to that, link in the description, and as always, I will talk to you guys next time.